Been talking all morning long about the Tapp Center exhibit coming up tomorrow called Pretty Girls. Now this is an art exhibit that is basically combining the theories of feminism and consumerism. And right now I'm welcoming Olivia Thompson to our studio. Thank you for coming, another local artist.
Thank you.
Okay, and now you make jewelry.
Yes.
Do you do any other mediums, or do you focus on making wearable art?
Wearable art, functional art is my focus, but I do lots of mixed media. Yeah.
Okay, now before we start looking at your pieces, which I already love, let's talk a little bit about the show and the fact that they're talking about consumerism and what it means from a feminine perspective. What does that mean to you? When you were invited into the show, what were you thinking about? What were your intentions?
Well, just society as a whole. As feminists, I feel like most of us, that's kind of our focus.
Okay,
yeah.
Very good. So, and you're going to be in the show beginning tomorrow, so let's talk about your art. Now, this piece here, I'm assuming it's a necklace, and this one's created out of a bottle cap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bottle caps are not recyclable, so a lot of my art, I use repurposed materials instead of them going to a landfill.
Okay, now this one with the bicycle, tell me what you were thinking. What does this piece mean?
Well, the bicycle led to women's rights. Previously in the early or the late 1800s, women had to go everywhere with a chaperone. The bicycle allowed women to be able to go off on their own, so it led to a lot of freedom rights. And
so this is a symbol of independence for women back before they had the rights. Can you believe we haven't even had the right to vote for 100 years yet? Kind of crazy. Okay, so I like that. I didn't realize that women could only achieve independence through...
Yeah, and it did a lot for dress reform. Previously it was the Victorian age, so very restrictive clothing. So, you know, eventually we were allowed to wear even bloomers, which still had a lot of controversy during the time when bicycles were invented.
And this is like a bolo tie?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. What do we have in there?
It is a little flower, and it says artist.
Okay, that's pretty. It's hard to see from the camera's perspective, but beautiful. And then we have like a ball of yarn type of necklace.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice as well. I like where you're going with all this. So, and you're one of the organizers of this show. So you were back in its conception, and of course you work real closely with Reba here, who's still working on her painting. So I love the way you guys came together. How have you watched your show grow in its concept?
Completely. Where it started was very grassroots. We didn't imagine where it is now. So
yeah. Fantastic. And Reba, tell us about your piece, what you've been thinking about, why you created it, and some of the decisions that you made and why you made them as far as color choices.
Okay. Like I said before, this is kind of a little bit of an homage to like Judy Chicago, Georgia O'Keeffe, more Judy Chicago than Georgia O'Keeffe. But I chose pink because, you know, not only is it a color that people associate with women, but, you know, we are pink. Like, the female flower is pink. So I chose pink for that reason. And, you know, the dark is kind of to show, like, the harshness of a woman. You know, like, we're soft and delicate like pink, but also really hard and strong.
Incredibly
like
strong, yes.
And stark, so.
I love it. I love where you're going. Now, of course, you guys can go yourself to the Tapp's opening reception, which is going to be at the Tapp's Art Center tomorrow evening from 5 o'clock until 10 o'clock. The show will be all month long, beginning tomorrow through the month of June. But I've learned a lot, and you ladies have given me a lot to think about, actually, and I can just imagine going and seeing all the other pieces that I will walk away with a lot to think and discuss. So that's a good thing, and that's one of my favorite things about art. Wanted to thank you for coming in and bringing your pieces.
Yeah, thank you.
I love your work, and I will see
Thanks.
more of it tomorrow night at Tapp's, and I certainly hope that the rest of the Midlands comes out to see it as well. So thank you, ladies, for coming in. We will be back in just a few minutes. Stick around.